Microdosing being used by some with weight loss drugs, and there are risks. Weight loss drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy have taken the pharmaceutical world by storm. Some seen some pretty significant results. A new report from USA Today quotes multiple experts and physicians saying now people are taking smaller doses of these drugs than what they were prescribed, some with the guidance from their doctors, some without. Joining me now, obesity medicine specialist and author of the upcoming book, The Ozempic Revolution, Dr. Alexandra Sowa. Thanks for being here. So first of all, start with microdosing, the benefits, the risks.
Yes. So microdosing is when you're taking a smaller than standard amount of the medication. And the problem with this is that these doses really haven't been studied. So are you getting any benefit from them? That really is the question. And if there's no benefit, are we causing more harm than good? And that's really my biggest concern about doing this. These pens and these medications are not made for these smaller doses. So the question is really, how are people delivering it? And there are ways around it. And if you're working with a doctor who says, you know what, I think you'll benefit from a smaller dose, maybe you're having side effects, maybe you don't need it, maybe you're losing too much weight or blood sugar was too controlled, let's peel back the dosages. Well, that's one thing, but it's an entirely different thing to try to hack this pen and try to outsmart the doctors and the scientists and all of the clinical trials who told us what effective doses are.
So what would the risks be if you're taking it in smaller doses health-wise, short and long term?
Well, I think the biggest risk is that even though you might intend to give yourself a smaller dose, I mean, it's hard to actually figure out how to get the smaller dose. So you might overdose. And when you overdose a medication, you might have significant side effects like nausea, vomiting, slow GI tract. And people do end up in the emergency room when they can't tolerate liquids or food by too high of a dose. So I worry about that. And then I just also worry if you're microdosing and you're doing this not under the guidance of a doctor and you're just hoping to reap some of the benefits or some small weight loss, is this medication appropriate for you? Where did you get it? Who helped you to make this decision? And we can see harm with medication when we don't really need it. And if no one's really tracking what you're doing. And then that's where I'm a little bit concerned about this microdosing trend. I've started to see it pop up on social media. And it seems to me that people are trying to act like they're smarter than the drug companies and the clinical trials who've kind of come out with these doses.
Yeah, and who really knows it, because the jury's still out on the long-term effects. These drugs are so new being used in this way, which leads me to my final question. If people go off the drug, do they gain the weight back? And what has some of the research shown?
Yes. So actually, these drugs aren't that new, and we do know how they behave in a long-term process when they're used for what they're intended for, whether it's type 2 diabetes or for chronic weight management. And the answer to your question is yes, generally around 75% of people will regain the majority of the weight that they lose on these medications. We need to look at these medications like we do any other chronic med management. Like if you take a medication for high blood pressure, you might need to stay on that medication to continue to control your high blood pressure. In some instances, people are able to titrate down or even off of the medications, but this is not a quick fix.
All right, good information. Dr. Sowa, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.